Who has a question?
Kathleen?
Who is it?
Kathleen?
Kathleen.
Actually, my question relates to that. When the Anunnakis were putting together their...
Much louder.
When the Anunnakis were putting together their slave race for gold mining, why were they concerned about the ability of their creations to hold a soul?
Well, because there is a soul or an animated spirit in all forms of life. Without the soul...
But I'm not understanding why they wouldn't be happy with the same type of robotic beings that carry out abductions that are soulless.
Oh, let's say that they have evolved. And over time, now what you are seeing behind the scenes is the sophistication of their evolution, moving to advanced robotics and organics. Atlantis, as you understand it, was a long period of experimentation of what works and what doesn't here on the living library, until they destroyed their own systems by going way, way, way overboard and creating life forms. And they used to entrap the souls. Once you get a soul to come in, it's possible to trick that soul into dying a certain way, in fear and ignorance, and then to recycle that soul back again. This is what many accuse the Christians of doing. So this is part of the bigger drama, is that different forms of consciousness and the souls are stuck and they don't know how to get out. It's very easy to get stuck and trapped in a life form or a prison. So some souls will not come back. They're frightened. And they have this trauma of being enticed into a life form and then used in that life form. The concepts we are sharing with you are beyond how you understand reality works, but you will grow into the understanding. We are making it as simple as possible, but it can be a very complex process. Mr. Chet, would you like to add something about the soul? Is he here?
Yes, I am here.
You don't have to, but people have great questions about it.
Yes, I guess maybe my concept is a little different in that I believe that the soul transcends all these extraterrestrials who essentially are in the third and fourth dimensions. It goes beyond that and into higher dimensions, and that we have a part of ourselves who can reach that dimension. And probably the Anunnaki do too, but perhaps they've lost that connection. And I think it's possible in humans to make that connection individually, collectively, but particularly individually, to something wider, greater, bigger. It's been brought up about prime creator, and we are all extensions of prime creation, of course. All life is related. So to me, the soul is that, I'll say it's that communication between these levels.
And that is well said, but we will say this. Part of the problem over the last 500,000 years, that's 500,000 years, is that the Anus have figured out how to police these dimensions and park various creatures or watchers or whatever in these dimensions and recycle humans out of fear or necessity or sometimes glory. They can trick you with glory.
Yeah.
And get you to stay lower. And so the larger picture is that all life forms could exalt to a much higher level, but it seems the Anus have tricked you and created these layers. You understand the Egyptian hierarchy where in order to go through, they have the Book of the Dead, and you have to go through the 12 gates and jump here and jump there and jump everywhere. This is how they're tricking you.
Yes.
These are all tricks. They want you to think, and they've set up all these labyrinths and layers and blocks and gates. They're confusing the heck out of you. So we will say in all truth that it's very few humans who make it all the way to the central soul, the higher self. Many of you, this is why this is so essential. You are not dying and going up to higher levels. And the reason the planet is full, and the reason many of you have great concern over this, is you have come back in massive numbers in a time of great freedom, including the internet, to attempt a feat that is an exemplarization of the soul, and that is to restore, for those who want it, we know the Anunnaki use that term stairway to heaven, but they have blocked off that stairway, and they consider themselves, Anu, the name Anu and heaven are synonymous. Anu has taken the name of heaven. And so this is how they control even where the soul wants to go. And the ultimate is to restore an open corridor for human souls to get really in touch with freedom of choice, not to be recycled. It's an answer. Last question.
Would you say that's your objective with us?
Say it again, please.
Keys, would you say that's your objective with us?
Absolutely. Because once that is restored, you have stopped the tyranny.
Right.
And once that is restored, that will make a frequency. We are all about frequencies. We are not about revolution unless it's the mind. We are not. We look for no overthrowing. We teach you to outsmart, to out-frequency, to restore other methodologies. You are stuck in thinking there's only one road over the mountain.
Right.
And right now it looks as if there is one road over the mountain if you are taking a road. But how about sprouting some wings? And flying over the mountain. And then that way let those who want to fight over the mountain fight over the mountain. Flying over the mountain then puts you in a different probability. It's an example, but nonetheless. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mr. Chet or Dr. Chet.